Global Creative Hub initiative Greetings From has hit local shores with shows in Johannesburg. And the global multi-disciplinary creative movement is designed to connect continents and cultures and artistic communities through live-in space transformed into an intimate rendezvous. Now, kicking off in Johannesburg this week, the gatherings will see the coming together of local musicians and producers and artists to engage in dialogue and to forge a global movement of artistic exposure. And we're now joined by Greetings From founder and artist Damon Turner, as well as renowned theater maker and artistic director Napo Masheane, to tell us more about this initiative. Good morning to the both of you. Welcome to Newzroom Afrika.
Good morning. Thank you for having us. Yeah.
Well, they say ladies first, so let me start with you, Napo. Greetings From is an intriguing name. What was the vision behind this hub?
I mean, I think that even the most best person to explain it will be Damon, but the reason why I'm part of it is a love letter to ourselves. It's a creative love letter. Obviously, it's a movement and a creative concept that Damon and his brother DT conceptualize all the way from Atlanta, LA in the US, and they have been, doing all these amazing cultural events that are like a melting pot of poetry, of dance, of nature, of lifestyle, of performance. And it was just befitting when he reached out and said, can we do Greetings From Johannesburg? We've been known each other for 2 years. He came for Haye Lapeng in Bloemfontein like a year ago, right? And we've just kept in touch. So it was just befitting to say that here can also be a greeting between Africans and the diaspora.
Like, Damon, tell us about yourself for our viewers' purposes, and why was it important to create the space now?
Yeah, super important to first honor my mother and my father. They raised me to understand that community is the most important thing to build, and my mom was a community mom. And so everything that I've done, whether it was from a political side of things, with supporting BLM early on, with cultural architecture work, or the cultural work that I'm doing now, it's really about building community. And so I'm a father as well. An artist, a cultural architect, but at the end of the day, it's about building community. And so the reason why we're talking about this right now is because we're experiencing the same things in the States as people are experiencing here on the continent. But we oftentimes are suppressed on our algorithms, so we think that we're in these silos. But I really want to have a conversation around breaking out of the digital space and like really reconnecting with our people face to face. And so with all of the sort of upheaval that's happening, like the young people here are like fighting for their rights, and the women are fighting to be seen as equals and, having autonomy over their bodies with the GBV movement. It's the same thing that we're experiencing in Los Angeles. It's the same thing that's happening in Atlanta, the same thing that's happening in London, around the world. And so we want to be a hub to be having some really important conversations through art, which has been the vehicle forever to really have these conversations.
And one of the only question you didn't answer is, I said, tell me about yourself. It's like he evaded that question.
Sorry.
For the purpose of our viewers, who are you?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Damon Turner. I'm an artist, was born and raised in the church, and so I bring sort of that energy whenever I perform. Shout out to my mother, who was a spoken word artist, and just poured that inside of me and my siblings. I'm a lover of life, a lover of people. My mom used to tell me the story before she passed away, that when I was a child, she would push me in the shopping cart at the grocery store, and I would say hi to everybody, right? And I would cry when people ignored me. And so I'm just a lover of people. My name is translated to friend of the people, right? And so I really just love connecting and putting people in certain spaces to connect with each other as well.
So Napo, the focus also is not just on creativity, but it's on relationships. Why is this so important?
I mean, on relationship in terms of us creating like a global artistic bank where similar-minded people, peers, people with same views, same sentiments, and also speaking to what Damon said, like we're going through similar things, and because between us or our generation, we travel a lot. You see, like the narrative is the same, from Black Lives Matter to the GBV issues, but within us, the relationships are making us more closer. We get to tap into just individual stories, but also to create long-term friendships that are business related. We need to be sustainable as our creatives. Definitely whatever we're creating now as well, we really want to take it to the world. We want it to travel the continent, to go to the States, just also to focus more on the business side of creativity.
Yes.
You are producing producer, you're a director, you're a spoken word artist, but at the end of the day, you're still a product. And so those kind of relationships that go beyond just personal relationships of siblings across the world are also mean business relationships that are long, that have a longevity, that are long time, I think due in terms of what we've been doing between the two continents. We share friends that we've known over the past 20 years. So you can tell that the tribe, the community keeps becoming bigger and bigger based on the friendships and the relationships that we've built over the years.
Right.
Can I let you back off that a little bit?
Yeah, sure, please.
So I think a lot of times people think that like you're an artist, so you just want to do art. But I think we're intentionally building industry and infrastructure outside of just music, performance, etc. So we all use technology. So why aren't we invested also in the technological boom that's happening? Right. Why aren't we investing in sustainability ecosystems? Right. And also because all of these things feed each other. So this is a vehicle to begin having some of those bigger conversations because these young people aren't lazy. I'm sorry, gotta say it. No, they're not lazy. They're just not inspired.
Right. And I'm glad that you touched on this because I mean, Napo, for instance, in South Africa, you are one of the most renowned creatives in this country who needs absolutely no introduction, right? And it's, yes.
Exposing.
Hey now.
Thank you, though.
It's great that, Damon, you mentioned that art is not just about entertainment and you know, the music and all of this is very important. But the both of you have also created a space where you are clearly quite invested in the political and social landscape of South Africa. What are your thoughts around what is happening in America, in South Africa, and you know, and everything else that you've mentioned? You've touched on the fact that now we know Gwede, the youth are angry at him right now for saying that the youth are lazy and that they don't want to apply for jobs. I don't know which one of you wants to go first.
I mean, definitely. Firstly, I disagree that the youth are lazy. I think access and when you create points of references for young people, you're giving them inspiration. But inspiration goes beyond just somebody seeing you on stage. Somebody sees that the evidence of somebody who comes from their same background, who has made it, who has been able to literally build friendships and relationships that are beyond just the street corner, right? And I think I was that young person from Kwakwa, dusty streets. My background should have defined me, but because I constantly was inspired and challenged and provoked by what I saw, I knew that my voice mattered, and that also there's enough space for all of us. So I do think that if you give access to the youth, if you create points of references that are intentional, that are impactful, there's no way. There's a lot of young people that I know that are so super talented. We are working with some of them as part of the band, you know, and a collective of young people from the Free State, Bondo, Plaiki, young musicians, and the level that they're in, me and Damon are in awe because they are experts in that.
And I love the fact that you mentioned that artists, you know, need those spaces where they can just where they can just be. And many artists speak about the need for safe, intentional spaces to experiment and to fail. So I want to ask you, Damon, like, how does Greetings From create that room for vulnerability and for growth and for honesty?
I think the world is finally talking about, you know, fast fashion, right, as a toxic thing that's happening in our society. But we're not talking often about fast culture. People who just want to parachute into someone's community, put a festival or a show together, bring an artist and extract resources and then leave. We want to actually slow that process down. So we've already been here for 3 weeks, right? Just intentionally building community, right?
When you say we've been here for 3 weeks,
like
who's we?
There's 30.
Who's we?
Oh, my bad, I'm sorry, darling. We travel with a crew of people.
And we're also meeting people. There's like 30 of us who've been at the hub.
Absolutely.
Every day
we brought artists, we brought, you know, Platinum Award-winning, Grammy-nominated producers. We brought, you know, movement workers and healers and dancers. We brought fashion designers, et cetera, from the States to work with artists like, you know, like Maverick Seizure, for example, who's an amazing cinematographer and photographer from Soweto, is our shooter, right? He's following us around with the camera, just making sure that we can document this moment. But we're having these conversations in a hub that's intentionally built, enough space for us to create different stations for music, movement, dance, art, curator, all of these things. It's all happening.
I wish we could continue this conversation.
We're
going to ask her, how do people find you, access you?
Yes.
How do they become a part of this movement?
I mean, greetingsfrom.global on Instagram. Greetingsfrom.global is a website. And we also have a show.
On the 15th.
We have a show on the 15th.
On the 15th.
At Untitled Basement. I'll be performing live. with my team, and Napo is doing the artistic direction for that as well. So please come out to the Untitled Basement
in
in Brum.
Joburg,
Yeah,
yes.
That's
15.
fantastic. Thank you
Yes.
both
Thank
so
you for
much for your
having
time. And
us.
thank you for creating the space.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
All right, that was greetings from founder and artist Damon Turner, as well as renowned theater maker and artistic director Napo Masheane.